All right. I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable. Okay, that's completely unreasonable. You have no idea just how reasonable I am. Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate. Fitting, suitable, logical. All things I would definitely say describe me. Do they describe you? Welcome to Unreasonable with Zainab Johnson. I'm reasonable. Hey, you guys. Hello. Happy Sunday. Let's see who all is in here. Starting off strong, Shaneria. Give you what you want. Seabreeze 40. Seabreeze 40 actually is who inspired this topic. On a scale from cubic zirconias to diamonds. Miss Makiba, hello. Hey to the reasons. Marco, hello. Still I Rise, our moderator. We lost one of our moderators, which was Tay. And I am in search of a new one to assist Still I Rise. And I actually have some names, some like recommendations, but I don't have it in front of me because I just got home. I was with my friend. This is the first day. Let me finish saying hi first. Hey, y'all. Sadaka, what's up? Oh, y'all talking about giving me a gift? What are you talking about running shoes, Sadaka? Seabreeze 40, you was right. I was not making no vegan cheeseburger, but I just came back. I was at brunch. I had brunch with my friend at noon. And I was thinking, because I haven't seen my friend in like some weeks. And I was like, we won't be at brunch for more than like 3 hours. I was rushing to get back here. And then I was in the kitchen making myself some hot tea because as you can probably hear, I am still a bit congested. But I'm good. This is my first day like being out in the world. Hey everybody that's here, Miss Josie, Lyrical Libra, the Unpopular Popular, like chatting with a friend, reviews, Tyler Moore, Sholincy, did I say that right? Val Host, am I saying that right? Hey, Sharon Fleming from Richmond, Virginia. LP Spider-Man. Herbert and Ketty. Brianna Williams. Hey. Jasmine Clark. Black Creative. Simply Knowledge. And Taina Gakudi, am I saying that right? Hey, Perry Drake. Okay, so this episode we are going to talk about gift giving, and Seabreeze 40 actually inspired this topic because Seabreeze 40 had left a message on one of the prior episodes. I'm not sure if it was an episode or live, but if you ever read any of Seabreeze 40's comments, as you can see in one of the early comments in this chat, Seabreeze 40 likes to incorporate the podcast, like things from the podcast in their comments. I assume Seabreeze 40 is a woman. Let me know if that's not the case. But this whole time I have been thinking that you were a woman. So let me know if that's not the case. But Seabreeze in the comments is always telling us what they made to eat and stuff. Their comments get real lengthy. and they leave multiple comments. And in one of their comments, I'm gonna just keep saying they in there until I believe Seabreeze40 is a woman though, but correct me in the comments if it's not. Oh, okay. Running shoes is an emoji because, oh, okay, gotcha. So in one of the comments, actually it was a live. It was when I was when I did the weekend live in Arlington, Texas, from the green room. And Seabreeze said, I'm not going to read the entire message, but at some point in the message, Seabreeze said, question, do you buy gifts for people buying what you want them to have or what you know they like? I got a gift recently, and I'm going to say, and all I'm going to say is, what in the Aunt Jemima is this bull sugar honey iced tea? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna, I think that that's a really good topic to discuss, gift etiquette. And let me just tell you, when I said that, I did not know. When I said that on the episode, like, oh, on the live this weekend, we're going to discuss gift giving, I had no idea that that was going to be such a hot topic. I got so many emails and messages, like the anticipation. I felt so bad last week when I returned from Vegas. I got back from Vegas at noon. I got back from Vegas actually at 11 a.m. and then I went and got croissants. And I thought, ooh, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to refresh myself, and I'm going to do a little bit of research, and we're going to talk about gift giving. And let me just tell you what. I started watching that show forever. I also started feeling a little bit tingly. Thank you, Jody, so much. I started feeling a little tingly, like my body was hurting, my head was hurting. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this live. And I felt so bad not being able to come do the live because so many of y'all was interested in the topic of gift giving. So I posed the question to everybody that's in the live right now, that's in the chat. What do you give people a gift that you know that they want, that you know that they're going to like, or do you give them a gift that you think that they need? I had a friend, one of my first adult friends. I met her in college. I met her my first year of college, and we became fast friends, close friends. She is the friend that encouraged me to move to Los Angeles. She wanted to move to Los Angeles after we had finished school. She wanted to move to Los Angeles, and she was like, we should move to Los Angeles. She was like, I'm going to Los Angeles because I'm going to be famous. And I'm like, dang, I can't let her go be famous without me. And so I came to Las Vegas. Oh my God. I came to Los Angeles. Whenever she never gave me what I wanted or expressed I needed. Now, I will say this. I'm not a person that is ever telling somebody what I want. I'm typically a person that is so quick to take care of myself. I can be a hard person to gift something because I typically, the moment I feel like I need it or want it, I typically go after it. And so I may show up in people's lives as somebody that it's like, how do you get a person that seemingly has everything? What do you get them, right? So as much as I don't think I ever expressed wanting a specific type of gift to her, I always loved her gifts. Let me tell you why I loved her gifts. She will, every single year for my birthday, because it's like, I don't celebrate Christmas. If you're in a relationship with me, you'll find out very early that I'm not really a Valentine's person. Like, you want to get me flowers, I really just like it on a random Tuesday. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day for you to do something. So it's like, you was just driving home and a guy was selling flowers in the street and you was like, you know what, my girlfriend would like that. I'm that type of person, right? Although if on Valentine's Day you want to go all out and blah, you know what I'm saying? I will be gracious and express gratitude for that as well. But for the most part, like, I'm not a little kid, and I don't have like my own family, right? Like I don't have a husband and children. And so I'm not really exchanging like Eid gifts with people at this point. But so the thing in my life that people can most celebrate is birthdays, right? On my birthday, every single year, her gift would be kind of like a gift bag, and it would have multiple things in it. Small things. But they will all be very clear. Oh, she knows me. This is a gift bag proving that as your friend, I know you. I know you in a way that other people don't know you. So it will be like, and it will be like my favorite candy. It'll be like a pocket. One year it was like a pocket size, like Quran. It'll be like, it'll just be like, if you pay attention to my habits, do you get what I'm saying? If you pay attention to like the stuff that I like to do, that's what's going to be in her little gift bag. It's going to be multiple things. And I always loved it. I never knew that I needed it. I mean, of course I need it, but like, so when I am making prayer, when I'm making salat, I have a prayer rug. I've had this prayer rug since I was in college, because that same friend, her boyfriend at the time was a Nigerian guy. And if you know anything about like first generation, second generation, like West Africans specifically, I think they go back to Ghana, Nigeria. They go back to West Africa every year. They be spending a month there, right? And so this was my first introduction to like people doing that. Her boyfriend went back to Nigeria for the month of December or January or something like that. And when he came back, one of the gifts that he gave me was like a prayer rug that he had got from, some like bazaar or something like that. I still have that prayer rug. And so that's like not a gift I asked for. I pray on it every single day. Every single day that I'm home, I pray on that. Multiple times a day, I pray on that prayer rug. And so I'm just giving you guys examples of gifts that like I never asked for, didn't know I needed. But even just my birthday this year that just passed, my mother sent me a gift. I get so afraid when my mother sends me gifts because I don't want my mom to waste her money. And my mom does not have a lot of money, and I don't want her to wait. I'm so particular and I'm so picky. I don't want my mom to waste her money on something that I may not like, because some things me and my mom have like exact taste. But then other things where our taste is far. If you ever see me wearing a lot of the jewelry that I wear, they're gifts from my mom. That's the thing that I like receiving from my mom. But here's the thing, she don't be buying it for me. She be buying the jewelry for her, and then I see her and be like, oh my God, can I try on those earrings? And then I'll be like, don't they look good on me? And then she'd be like, you can have them, Zainab. You can have them. If it's like, I typically get jewelry from my mom. But this year, she sent me some Uggs for my birthday. And let me just tell you, when I stepped into them, I had to text the whole family group chat. I was like, oh my God, Umi, you just gave me something that I did not know I needed, but I needed them so. I got so many Uggs that I walk around, like house slippers that are Uggs that I walk around in my house with. Too many pair for one person. But these particular pair where I have like a pain in my foot that probably comes from like my limitations and also me running a lot. And just these freaking Uggs, they really, really alleviated the pain a bit. Anywho, let me get to the stuff that y'all sent me. I think that in Black Creative, BLK, I think. Am I saying that right? Black Creative, I know you in here. I think you in here. Sent me send me like a nice outline, right? That is right. This he basically producing this episode for y'all. So thank him. But I would have said so I'll just read off his bullet points, right? Gifting, wants versus needs, right? One, what is the motivation of why do we give gifts? Generosity, benevolence, obligation versus reciprocity, tradition, manipulation, right? Boundaries, is it crossing a boundary? Is it crossing a line to give a practical gift to someone who has not asked you for help? 3, unexpected or unpredictable reaction to your gift. What if they hate it or feel offended? This could be trauma related, self-worth, etc. And then there's some tangents that could happen in this episode. I'm not sure if we'll get to it because just the way that I'm still a bit under the weather. But it's like grateful versus thankful, adults seeking validation from kids, appreciation versus enthusiasm, etc., etc., etc. And Black Creative provided a bunch of links also, right? I personally think that it depends. I think that this is a case by case, it's a person by person thing. And I think that it is okay to do something different every single time. For example, my older sister, my younger brother, when he was having, my younger brother has, I think, 4 children at this point. When he was having his youngest child, when his wife was pregnant with their youngest child, he, sent around a registry. Or if it wasn't a registry, it was maybe like asking for, instead, no, he wanted a stroller. He wanted a particular stroller, a very expensive stroller. And I will be honest, amongst the family group chat, we were kind of surprised because, you kind of, the first child, you go all out. That's when you get all the stuff. This is what I thought. Y'all could now, this is a tangent. Baby shower gifts, right? When you having your first kid, maybe even your second kid, you can ask for like lavish gifts. You're asking people to buy the crib. You're asking people to buy the big furniture pieces that are new in your life that are required. You know what I'm saying? That are required when you bring in a new baby, right? And you're not asking like everybody, but your family, your closest, you know what I'm saying? These are the people that might come together and like, we getting you a crib, we getting you a car seat, we getting you a plug and plug, just like the large things. You're like friends and associates and things like that can get you like the smaller things, right? The less costly things. So now, because it's the 4th baby, and he was asking for like, a stroller that was thousands of dollars. We was like, the 4th baby? Where are the strollers from the other 3 babies? If you having babies and you not waiting a whole bunch of years, it ain't like your baby is 15 and then you had a 1-year-old. If you just got babies on babies on babies, you should still have the crib. You should still have the stroller. You should, right? And so collectively, although we had a problem with it, as much as we was talking about him in a group chat, talking about him, like, who'll do this, right? We still, or at least I still was like, okay, well, here is my contribution to the stroller. It's at the year that this happened, I was like, I'm not buying you no $3,000 stroller or whatever it was. I was like, but here's like a couple of $100 towards the stroller, right? Because he specifically, it's like, I don't got to guess. You telling me what you want to be gifted. Although we was like, who's still getting gifts after the 4th baby? Y'all done seen that Huggies commercial or something? They be like the first parents with their first baby be like, By the time they had a second baby, the second baby be in the microwave, in the shower, under the car. Like, we're not doing new stuff with a 4th baby. Anywho. Now, my older sister had a real problem with him asking for the stroller, right? So my sister going to say, I'm not getting him no stroller. I'm not getting him an expensive stroller. It's the 4th baby. I'm not, right? So then my sister said, I want to get him what I want to get him. I'm going to buy his baby, I'm going to buy his new daughter a Gucci holding blanket or something like that, right? It was some sort of impractical, in my opinion, designer thing. right? Why you buying a baby designer anything? My baby ain't gonna have shoes until they can actually walk. And when they can walk, they not gonna be no goddamn Jordans. They gonna be some orthopedic shoes, so I make sure I ain't gotta get them no orthopedic stuff in the future. Let's make sure at the start of they walking, they know how to walk right. But all of that, like, oh, we going to get Gucci, Burberry, we buying 900. Baby wear them shoes 2 times and then they feet grow to another size. That's what we not about to be playing, wasting no money. I'd rather put that in the bank account, and so you have money either if you're going to go to college later or when you get up out my house, you got a little bit of starting stuff. Ain't no anybody spending no money on those sneakers. The babies be losing when they kick their feet one time. Yes, orthopedic. My mom took me and my little brother to the orthopedic doctor when we was in elementary school. My little brother that's like 2 or 3 years younger, he's the one right under me. And so we was poor, right? This is a tangent. We was poor. We were financially challenged. And my brother was like, well, when we go to the doctor, I'm going to walk funny. That way, Umi is going to have to get me new sneakers because I ain't going to be able to wear. The doctor is going to tell her I can't wear these sneakers no more. Yo, and we're young. Like, I swear my brother's like 6, 7 years old, right? I'm like 9 years old. So he like, I'm going to walk funny. At the orthopedic doctor, they got us walking on this platform, almost like this runway. So they paying attention to our walk to make sure that we walk right, that our knees go right and everything, right? So as much as we was financially challenged, my mom ain't play. My mom ain't play. Okay. My mom said these kids, their bones are gonna be right, their head gonna be right, their teeth gonna be right. Like my mom ain't play, right? So we at the orthopedic doctor, my little brother decides to walk crazy, right? So so the doctor like, oh, he walk crazy. He needs some help. My brother thinking that's gonna get him a new pair like Air Force Ones or something. Yo, he was in like 1st or 2nd grade wearing these hard bottom orthopedic shoes. He could not run in them. He threw a fit every single morning that he had to get dressed. That joint was so I will never forget them shoes. They turned up in the front a little bit. To see a little 7-year-old boy in elementary school with some hard bottom shoes. When we used to have to try to run for the bus, he used to be slipping. Then he would get more mad at the shoes. Yo, I will never ever forget that. So my baby, when they first walking, and my baby ain't gonna walk early. You know, when kids, now this is a podcast about babies walking. I don't know nothing about babies walking, but when my baby walk, my baby is not gonna even walk early, because when you make them walk early, then they be on their tippy toes, they bow-legged. No. They walk it on time, not early. A lot of parents be like, oh, my baby walked at 3 months. And it's like, that's why your baby legs is shaped like that. Because you had them walking too much trying to be like the mom that got the genius baby. And now your baby legs is like a goddamn heart shape. Anywho. What? My sister says that she wants to buy my brother's baby, his soon to be born baby. She wants to buy her some designer blanket or something. And so y'all know, right? I'm reasonable. I am reasonable. So I said, well, what sense does that make? If you gonna buy him a designer something, I said, how much is this thing? She gonna say the price. It's close to the price of the stroller. I said, well, if you gonna buy him that, why don't you just get him the stroller, or at least give him the money so he could get the stroller? And she was like, because I don't want to get him the stroller. I want to get... She lost me. I said, so you don't make no sense. What's happening in your head? Because you got to know you're not making no sense right now. Now, I ain't never going to do that. I'm the type of person, it's like, I got $300. You get whatever you want for $300. I don't care what you get. I don't care what you get. Get what you want, get what you need. But as long as it only costs $300, it could cost $2.99 and you can take the other $297.01 and keep it for your pocket. I'm just telling you, all I got for you today is $300. That's how I work. tea is too hot. I don't know what my sister ended up doing, but I know it turned from me being like mad at my brother asking for something so lavish for the fourth kid to me being mad at my sister like that. I don't know if I definitely didn't buy the stroller, but I know there's something made me. I did something extra because I felt like what my sister was doing was so stupid. It was so nonsensical. I just couldn't believe it. And then I had to tell her, well, look, don't ever do no shit like this for me. Because this don't make no sense. Don't ever. My face is so swollen. Oh my God. Anywho. Okay. So I personally think that you should get people what they want. And I think that I think you should get people what they want. The only exception to you not getting a person what they want, and right now I'm speaking in the context, because we're going to go a lot of places with this. I'm speaking in a context of you guys, you're in a relationship that is equal footing. Meaning this is your friend or your sibling or something. Y'all are around the same age. This is a reciprocal thing. You guys, you my friend, I gift you something on occasions, and you gift me things on occasions, right? This is a balanced relationship that I'm talking about right now, a balanced relationship. I think you should get somebody what they want. Especially it makes it easy if they have expressed what they want, right? I think the only exception to that, getting somebody what they need versus what they want, is if what they need, if you know that they just not right in the head, and I don't mean they're literally like diagnosed with like some sort of illness, but some people, like my sister's suggestion, it's like you ain't really, I don't really know what your motivation is. I don't know if you just trying to get under people's skin on purpose, but like sometimes you have to forego like what people's like stupidity, ignorance, their trauma, and you just have to help them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, you want these new shoes, but you can't get to work unless you get a new battery for your car. I'm not buying you no Louboutins. I'm getting you a battery for your car. And I don't care how you feel about it. At some point in your life, you'll appreciate. I don't care how you feel about that. Unless you're going to walk 99 miles to work in them Louboutins, unless you're going to do that, because what you're not about to do is come to me when you lose your job. What you're not about to do is then come to me and ask me to borrow money to get you a battery. No, because I'll try to get you a battery for your birthday. So sometimes you have to just, everybody know that like impractical, stupid friend or sibling or cousin or kid that they got. Everybody know that person in their life where you like, if I don't do what they need me to do, they not gonna make the best decisions for their life. Part of my purpose in their life is to make sure they making better decisions. Do you get what I'm saying? Happy birthday, Mariana. Aside from that, then I think that you give people what they want, because especially if we only talking about birthday. If we just talk about birthdays in this sense, it's like your birthday come once a year. If what they want, and I think that it's okay to ask a person, what do you want? I think that's okay. I think it's okay. I think that that's better than trying to give people, you know what I'm saying, you trying to guess. A very close friend of mine, one year, she kept talking about she wanted a what's it called? What's the hair? It was a hair treatment. And this hair treatment cost like a couple of $100s, right? A keratin treatment. This is some years ago, right? Before keratin treatments were super popular. She was like, I really think I need, like, for she's an actor, and she was like, I really want to get a keratin treatment, like, and I really think that that's going to help me with like my bookings and things like that. And so she was saying this for like a couple of months, and she hadn't got the keratin treatment. So before her birthday came, I was like, hey, where would you if you went and got the keratin treatment, like, where would you go get it from? Like, who would you go get it with? Did you already figure that out yet? And And she sent me all the information, and then on her birthday, I gifted her a gift card to the salon and with the stylist to the keratin treatment, and she got the keratin treatment. So that's something that she both wanted and needed, but I just paid attention to my friend, and then I kind of asked, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like kind of like, I mean, she probably know me well enough to know I'm not just asking because I'm curious. So she probably knew it was coming, but she was very happy to receive the gift. I think that it is, if you just like my sister and you want to give people a gift that you want to give them, forget if it's what they need or what they want. For you, it's what you want to give. I think that that is the most selfish thing to do. And I think that it completely negates the whole point of gift giving. Right? Why do you give people gifts? You give people gifts because they need them. You give people gifts because you want to celebrate them. You give people gifts to express gratitude, to express love, to express empathy. Right? You give people gifts to make them feel good. You give people gifts to express love, to celebrate relationships. But if it's only self-serving, if you know it's not going to make them happy, if you know that it is not going to be an adequate expression, they're not going to receive adequate expression of love or empathy or support via that gift, why would you give it to them? It almost seemed like you trying to start, it almost seemed like it's like a backhanded compliment almost. Like, oh, okay. That's crazy. You giving me glasses and I don't even wear glasses. That's crazy. That's thank you. You giving me a bottle of alcohol, but you know I do not drink alcohol. Okay. Oh, you love the alcohol so much and you just felt like you wanted to give it to me. Oh. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? That to me is like, that to me screams they don't care about me. They don't care about my I mean, I don't drink for religious reasons. So it's like they don't respect me. They don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even talking about just bad gift givers, which I'm not a great gift giver. I ain't bad because I'm gonna find out what you want or what you need. But just in terms of like I've had like friends in my life, they give such creative gifts. I'm one of them people, I just listen to what you say. My friend said, girl, I want this, I think I want them headphones from Apple. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get her them headphones from Apple. When her birthday comes, if she ain't got them things yet, that's when I'm gonna get her. And I'll just be asking questions like, oh, if you really, I'll be asking like, I don't like, really? You like those? I don't know. Like what color? Because I feel like they feel different in different colors. Like what color would you get? I'll be doing stuff like that. Or I'm going to just straight up ask you, what you need? Wherever you at in your life. Girl, your birthday is coming up, but I know you got to pay I know you got to, I know I don't know, you got to pay the property taxes on your house or something like that. That's lavish. This is not for everybody. That's not for everybody. But stuff like that, you could just got to ask. Like, I know it's your birthday coming up, and you said that you always wanted to. You said you always wanted to do this. You still want to do that? I don't know. I just feel like it's your birthday. We should do it. You want to? I'm like that type of person. So to answer your question, Seabreeze 40, I think that you should give people what they want with only one exception. If they just stupid as fuck and you got to drive the car of life for them, or they going to drive off a hill. They're going to drive off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? We all know them people. Let me see what y'all, before I move on to the next thing, let me see what y'all talk about. Michelle said, I give gifts of need and want. The recipient is more likely to use it. I don't like wasting my money, so I want to make sure it's something that they'll use to listen to people throughout the years. Aisha Watts said, my kid's father bought me tickets to a basketball game and I don't like basketball game. That was for, yeah, that was for him. Did he give you tickets to the basketball game and then he wanted to go with you? I think in that instance, especially it's your kid's father, and by it being your kid's father, that doesn't let me know if you guys are like, is he your kid's father because you guys are not in a relationship, or are you saying that that's your kid's father because you guys are in a relationship but you guys are not married? I think that that's something that you could just say to him, like, hey, I appreciate the gift, but I don't like basketball, so thank you, but would you like them yourself? I can gift them back to you. Or, if this isn't a gift, if this isn't like a gift on a low for yourself, then I'll happily like sell them. I'll happily like scalp them and get the money and maybe take myself to dinner, depending on how good the tickets were. Buy myself something nice. But I think that if you are in an ongoing, loving relationship, like healthy relationship with the person, you also have to communicate as the receiver of gifts. It's also important to, like, if you are a person that hasn't had a good you feel like the people in your life aren't gifting you in the right way, then you have to speak up and you have to communicate that. That's the reason why I be telling my mom, like, you ain't got to give me nothing. Like, I don't want you to waste your money. I don't want you to, I don't want you to waste your money. I don't want to not use it, but my mom gonna do what she want to do because she's my mother. But I'll still express myself, like, yeah, because it's like you don't want to waste your money. But here's the thing. So that's the thing of gift giving is like, this is probably the best thing I could say about gift giving, period. If you give with pure intentions and good intentions, you have no control after you have given up, after you relinquish that gift. So to be concerned about like wasting your money, it's like you could give somebody exactly what they want and it could still be a waste of your money. Because a lot of times the things that we want in the moment, sometimes they do really well in our lives and sometimes they don't. Sometimes we think we want something in the moment and we finally get the trinket, the toy, the shoe, the whatever, fill in the blank. And when we get it, we realize we don't want it. It's not really making us happy. We don't have use for it. And so as the gift giver, once you relinquish it, that's all that you have fulfilled your part of the transaction. You have fulfilled your part of it. I'm so hot. If I turn on my air conditioning in the office, it's gonna be too loud. Let me open the door. I feel like if a doctor listened to my lungs right now, they would hear just a lot of liquid. So I'm not going to share her name, but she is a reason, and she listens and enjoys the show, and she sent me a DM. I'm just going to call her Sunshine. My sunshine has come. Oh, thank you, Still I Rise. I feel so much better. Not 100%, but I feel so much better. Yeah, of course you can monetary gifts, like if it's a retail gift, you can of course always include a gift card. I mean a gift receipt. A lot of people don't be like into it include gift receipts because they don't be wanting people to know the price that they paid. Forget what it's worth, but they don't be wanting people to know the price that they paid for the gift. But I dare somebody to be like, oh, you only paid, oh, I love this. It's not my size though, so I'm gonna take it back and see if I could exchange it or get some. You have the gift receipt, and I give them the gift receipt, and they like, oh, you got this on clearance? They'll never see another gift from me. They'll never in their life see another mother gift from me. Because I would never do that to somebody. I would be, but that's a character thing. If I love something like, oh my God, and it was on clearance, damn, I wish you would have got me too. That's who I am. But if somebody is like, oh, you got this on clearance? Oh. They never, ever, ever. Sunshine sent me a DM and said, you mentioned you would like to discuss the art of gift giving. I think that's a great topic, especially gifting someone you don't know much about, like a teacher. This past week was Teachers Appreciation Week, and as a first-time pre-K parent, it drove me crazy on what to gift my son's teacher. I almost spent $150 on gifts. I said, oh my God, girl, what? $150 on your son's pre-K teacher? Girl, he got to go all the way up to 12th grade. He got to go all the way up to 12th grade. In the pre-K, let me not diminish no pre-K. I'm gonna say in the pre-K, they just clapping and taking naps. They just clapping. Maybe they counting. Maybe they doing some letters, eating snacks and taking naps. Then she wrote back and was like, I spent, she purchased gifts for the teacher as well as the teacher's aide or assistant. I actually think that I think it's really hard because what do you get a teacher? You don't know the teacher. You want the gift to be appreciated. You want the gift to be respectful. You want the gift to curry some favor for your child, right? But you ain't trying to bribe nobody, right? It's like all of these things that you have to consider. I know this like maybe takes like in that case, I don't know what Sunshine actually got her kids teacher and teacher's aide, teacher's assistant, but in my mind, I feel like you can never go wrong with gift cards. You can never ever go wrong with gift cards. I'm like, whether it, because here's the beautiful thing about gift cards. People could choose their own thing from that place, right? When all else fails, everybody got to eat. Everybody got to eat. If you ever go in the thing and you notice that you got to pay attention to like give a gift, you really got to pay attention. You go in and you give you notice that your kid's teacher always be having a cup of Starbucks. Go get you Starbucks gift card. Go get you a Starbucks gift card or whatever. They always drinking Dunkin' Donuts. You don't know what type of coffee they drinking because it's always in a tumbler. Either get them a tumbler or get them a gift card. I can't say Target no more, but you a store like that where they could get more of the trinkets that they like because you already know they be having trinkets. Amazon got everything. You don't know if the pre-K teacher needs stuff for the classroom. You don't know if she or he needs stuff for their personal life. Amazon got everything. Thank you, Jennifer Seaman. Amazon got everything. Because here's the beautiful thing about a gift card. They either could get something they need, or you've given them the ability to gift somebody else something. It's like the gift they keep on giving. Whew. It's like, why don't I just wait for the tea to cool down? But it's in my Yeti. It's not going to cool down. It's not going to cool down because that's the whole point of the Yeti. It's to keep it at the temperature that you put it in. Ain't nothing wrong if you got it. Listen, if you got it, flaunt it. Boy, I know you want it. If you got it, give it. Right? I'm saying a gift card, it could be whatever increment you can afford. I don't feel no way if somebody give me, I appreciate a $5 gift card in the same way I appreciate a $500 gift card. Because let me just tell you what, I could spend both of those. So I feel like when it comes to somebody you don't know, you get like a generic gift card. There's even, like a gift card and a card. You know what I'm saying? And a card, the card expresses your sentiments. And it's just like, I do that a lot. I did for my neighbors, right? I don't know my neighbor to the right of me. I know like what his profession is. I know what his business is. I know that he has kids, but I don't know the stuff he like to do. I never been in his house. I don't see him like he ain't like me, just always out with a coffee cup or something like that. You could see the Uber Eats dropping. So I never see stuff like that around his house, right? But I'm like, every time I see him, he be up early in the morning. I see him with these kids, taking these kids to school early in the morning. I be seeing him. You know what I'm saying? When he be working, he be nonstop and he be out early. I know he be out early because when I be out for my run, that's when he be talking to me like, you don't miss a day, do you? You know? And so I just bought a gift. I mean, not a gift. I got a card. And I wrote a generic card, a thank you card, actually. Just a card that said, simple inside. Just wanted to say thank you. And I wrote in the card, I said, wow, I didn't realize that this much time has passed since I moved in. But I just wanted to thank you for being a kind neighbor, a respectful neighbor. If ever there's anything that I can be of assistance with or help, please, I'm just a knock away. Thank you so much. I know that I know that I travel a lot. I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm putting it out there what I need. I feel like, the houses that surround my house, y'all always watch my property, y'all watch my view. When y'all pull my trash cans in when I'm not here and my friends and family aren't here to do it for me, or I don't have somebody here doing it for me, I said, and I really don't want that to go unappreciated. I'm not sure if you drink coffee, but I'll be seeing you out early in the morning. So please enjoy a cup of Joe on me. Now, of course, and then I'll just put I put a gift card that can get him more than one cup of Joe, like multiple cups of Joe's. You get what I'm saying? And then the thing for me is like, I see him with kids. So even if he don't drink coffee, I know it's snacks and chips and stuff like that. And kids like that type of stuff. So maybe one day when they got to spend when maybe he can't bring me, I don't know. I think he's a single parent. So maybe one day when he can't bring them right home, or they got to be at the job with him or something like that, he could give them the gift card and be like, here, you and your sister go get yourself some snacks from Starbucks right there. You know what I'm saying? Come right back. The gift, and when I saw him after I did that, I saw him like a couple of weeks later, and he said, man, thank you. You don't know how much I needed. Thank you. Because sometimes it feels good. Even if you get coffee or tea or a Danish every single morning for yourself, it feels so good for somebody else to do it. You ever been online buying your coffee or in a drive-through getting your coffee, and you pull up and the person tell you, oh, the person that just left paid for yours. That's so small. $4, $5. But it feels so good. It just feels like I am a person in this world and somebody sees me. That's what it feels. That's what it say. Still I rise, got somebody out of here quick. I think you also, as Black Creative put in the email, like what's the motivation of the gift? It's like, are you trying to, y'all hear that helicopter? Is it too loud? Because I'm loving the breeze that I'm getting. Whew. But I'll close the door. I'll close my door, my office door, if it's too loud for y'all. Another neighbor story, right? So that's one neighbor, right? So prime example, my neighbor across the street from me. If you hear my stand up, I do a little bit of a bit with my, I mentioned my neighbor across the street from me. They started giving me gifts, right, for Christmas. They would give me gifts, a gift that I love and didn't know I needed, which is a sign, no dog poop on my lawn, right, on my front lawn. I didn't know. I thought that people understood don't nobody want shit on their lawn. But no, people will just let their dog shit on your lawn unless you put signs out saying, pick up after your dog. I don't know. I just thought it was just a common human thought, like, yeah, don't nobody want shit on their lawn. Just like don't nobody want shit in their hallway, right? Who just want to see shit? Dog shit, human shit, who just want to see that, right? So they got me this cute little sign, right, when I first moved in. But then also with Christmas, they always, be giving me like gift card, everything, right? And so of course I don't give a Christmas gift, so I give kind of like a thank you and like a Happy New Year, gift. So the first year, I gave them a cake, right, from this place, like a tent cake. And no, I gave them a cake and what's the candles? What's the candles? They so expensive, actually. I had to stop. Y'all will hear the story. What's the candles? They so diptyque? How you pronounce them candles? I gave them a set of the diptyque or diptyque candles and like a cake tin with a cake tin with cake in it, right, from a bakery. And she said, when she saw me, she said, Ms. Z, we thank you so much for our gifts. She was like, but we are a diabetic house. She said, our grandkids and our nieces and nephews, they came over and they ate the cake, but we can't have that cake in our house. We are a diabetic house. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know, And she was like, no, it's okay. You didn't know. I just wanted to let you know. Because as the receiver of the gift, it is on you also to communicate how to best gift you something, right? So I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And she was like, but those candles, oh, we love those candles, right? So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, girl, I know you love them candles because I love them candles. I don't know what made me get you those candles because those are expensive. I didn't say that. This is all in my mind. I would never say that. Although I did give them the gift receipt just in case. I didn't know if they wouldn't like the candles, so I included the gift receipt with the candles, right? But them is some expensive candles. And I got them a set. Them candles are expensive, y'all. This ain't no Bath and Body Works. She said, but we love those candles. So then the next year, because remember they told me they love those candles. So then the next year, instead of giving them a set of the candles, I got them one. If you know anything about this brand of candles that I'm talking about, you know that's a pretty penny for a neighbor you ain't never been in their house. I bought the big candle. She said, Miss Z, we love this. In my mind again, I'm thinking, girl, I know you love that candle. I don't even be buying these candles for myself like that. Third year came. What did I give them the third year? Oh, I just got them gift certificates because just time, I said I can't keep going. But by the thing I'm gonna end up giving them $600 candles, and I just cannot. I have to So I had to just kind of like switch it up. Like, okay, I know they love the candles, so now I can keep in mind if ever I see those candles on sale, or if ever I see a good promo for them candles, I know stock up because your neighbor loves those candles. But I realized that I was setting a foundation that I did not know if I could keep up. And so I had to switch up the next year. I had to switch up. And they still, of course, they appreciated it. And they gave me like a lovely gift. But also, I was leaving my house one day, and one of my neighbors from across the street, they all live in the same house. One of my neighbors was like, I can't remember what she said. And I was like, oh, well, I don't celebrate Christmas and blah, blah, blah. And she said, what? She said, yeah, I know you didn't put up decorations, but I just thought, because you young and you know what I'm saying? I just thought that you ain't want to be bothered with that type of stuff. And I said, no, I was like, I'm Muslim. I don't celebrate Christmas or, those holidays. I don't celebrate that. And she was like, so then I saw her sister who always be giving me like the gifts and stuff like that. And she was like, Miss C, I'm so sorry. She was like, I do not like to disrespect nobody. I don't like to. And I said, oh, no. It wasn't disrespectful. I took the gift as a gift from. I said, and you see it in my front lawn. I love your gift. I said, when you give me gift card, I love having a coffee. I said, thank you. I said, I don't care why you giving it to me. I appreciate it when I receive it. And she was like, oh, okay. She said, because I want to make sure I don't offend you, whatever. And so then this year, they still came by and brought me a gift, but they brought it to me they brought it to me like first week of January. So it's just about communication. Communication is key. Okay. We'll go back to Black Creatives Outline, but we got more emails. How long I've been on here? Oh, an hour. Whew. See what y'all talking about. One, is that how we say it? 1-1? Thank you. Kaden, shut up. Bath and Body ain't catch no stray. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, like Still I Rise said, please, Still I Rise in here holding it down. Still I Rise, by the next live, I'm going to have you a help with the moderation, but you're doing great. Thank you so much. You're doing so great. Thank you. Sea Breeze, what are you talking about? The diabetic house always got the right snack. Oh, would you say, Dudley, I'm changing this hairstyle. Because this hairstyle getting on my goddamn nerves. It looked nice, but it's very hard to do. But like, yeah, it look okay. It look okay. And okay, we got more messages. Bum bum bum. So I can't remember what name I gave. I ain't even read this, so I'm reading this like blind right now. So I can't even. I have to give him alias, because I can't remember what. But remember we had a reason right in, and he was at one of my Chicago shows, and he asked he had the Ask Z about, like, he was getting married. Remember I was like, oh, everybody, make sure that you congratulate him. He just got engaged, and he was trying to figure out if he should invite his father to the wedding. So he wrote in, I can't remember what alias I gave him. And I haven't read this email yet, and so I don't want to say who it is, because just in case there's something in here that got information that we got to keep it anonymous. Anyway, so hey, so it wasn't his wedding, it was his birthday. Oh, it's an update in here too. I'm reading it for the first time. Okay, so hey, so update on my birthday. My birthday dinner went great. Wait. Oh, maybe I'm conflating people. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I conflated you. Or did we talk about that too? He actually wrote in the Ask Z about the Trump friend. He's having a birthday party, and his cousin is an overt Trump person, and be liking to say, you know what I'm saying, be liking to interrupt the mood, the vibe with the Trump stuff. And so he didn't know if he should invite them to the party. Here's the update. Okay, so update on my birthday. My birthday dinner went great. The Trumpkin cousin did not come. Oh, wait. The Trumpkin cousin did come and brought a great gift. Well, all right now. But that's just how she is. Laugh out loud. It was nice to spend time together despite her allegiance to the orange man. Well, you know, this also is just, this is also just kind of like a reminder that people ain't all good and it ain't all bad. Some people are, but most of us, we ain't all good and we ain't all bad. And just because we good to you, don't mean we good to everybody. And just because we bad to you, don't mean we bad to everybody. And just because we like one political candidate, don't mean we can't bring you a nice ass birthday gift. And it also don't mean that you can't accept it. Because you got that one person like, oh, okay, well, they support Trump and you accepted their gift. So if so facto. It's like, what? Okay, anywho, about today, I love gift giving because I am a very sentimental person. So I do my best to listen and pay attention to people so that I can gift them accordingly. I also believe in proper gift giving and receiving etiquette. I always give a card, and I always read the card first if there is one, if someone gives me a gift. Oh, look at you. I recently had 2 instances that got under my skin. One, I think this is the first one. I have a friend whose birthday is 2 days before mine, so at my birthday brunch, I gave him a gift. Ooh, interesting. Instead of reading the card, he went right into unwrapping the gift. I've had conversations with him before about how rude I find that. It's like opening a card to only see if money falls out before reading it. You know what? I get how that can bother you, but that's a you thing. Remember, the moment you let go of that gift, it is no longer yours to control. Imagine that. Imagine trying to tell, as much as it's a pet peeve of yours, this ain't even your spouse. I get that you telling your spouse that, and you expect your spouse to maybe work on changing that for you so that y'all can have a copacetic relationship, right? But imagine trying to control how somebody receives it. Imagine. Can you open it in the order that I want you to open it, regardless of what information? Sometimes sentimental things are written in cards. I'm the type of person, I don't like to read a card in front of people. I don't like to read a card in front of people because it might say something so sweet that it might bring me to an emotional state. It might say something that might get me emotional that maybe the physical gift won't do. And I don't want to do that in front of everybody. But in your mind, you just taking it as, oh, they don't even care. They only care about the material thing, not about the words that I'm saying to them. It's like that's what's happening in your mind. But for me, it's just that sometimes the words are a bit more personal. And so I don't want to have this personal moment in public. But you don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't really control like the order in which somebody opens a gift. If you choosing to give them a gift and a card, or if you choosing to give them money in a card and they open the card up trying to see if it's money, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You already did what you was going to do. You already gave, hopefully, from your heart. That's all that you can do. What they do from their heart, their spirit, how they reveal their character, that is on them. They are responsible for that. Okay, the second situation. A best friend of mine graduated with their PhD. Congratulations, best friend. With their PhD last week. I drove to Cincinnati to celebrate them. Speaking of which, I'm going to be in the Cincinnati area. In December. I did not need to say that. In December. I think December 13th and 14th, though. Or 12th and 14th. I don't know. This week, though, I will be in Burbank on Thursday, the 22nd of May. And then the 23rd and the 24th, I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm going to do a Black Wall Street tour. I'm going to do is it Greenwood? Greenwood? I think it's the Greenwood area. I'm going to do a tour. They said I could either do an hour and a half or a 2.5 hour tour. I think I'm going to do the 2.5 hour tour. Y'all hear me? Oof, congested. I don't know if I got sick at the Beyonce concert or not sick, but infected at the Beyonce concert or in Vegas. I don't know. Okay. I drove to Cincinnati to celebrate him getting his PhD. I found the perfect card and added my own words about how proud of them I am, along with the perfect gift. I handed over the gift bag and they ripped through the paper, ignoring the card, and went straight. So this is your thing. Ignoring the card and went straight to the gift, and then told me, "You can relax. It's not that big of a deal." When I vocalized how them not acknowledging first the card bothered me. Am I reasonable for being annoyed by my friend's lack of tact? I feel like I haven't said this in a while, but I always say when you guys ask me if you're unreasonable for feeling a certain way, I always say no, because we got to feel our feels. Now I feel like I got the PhD. I feel like I'm sitting across from a patient and I'm the doctor and I'm charging $125 an hour. Is that how much like therapists go for? You got to feel your feels. You have to feel your feels. Nothing is wrong with what you feel. It's what you do with those feelings. I would advise, but I'm no therapist, I would advise that you work on letting that go, right? Because, again, you can't control, and I hear your friend who knows you is clearly saying, you can relax, it's not that big of a deal, right? So they are doing what they want to do, knowing that you like it to be done a certain way, but they're like, you can relax, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe you have to do some work in figuring out why that really bothers you so much. If it's as simple as it just makes me feel like you don't care about my words. It makes me feel like you don't care about the sentiment. And then you express that to them. If they then articulate to you, I do care about your words, but it's I like getting stuff too. I read your card every single time. Then you just have to accept it. If you got a friend, you got a great relationship with a friend or a lover or a sibling or a parent, it's a great relationship. And the only thing that they do that gets under your skin is they don't read the card first when you give them a gift. In my opinion, that's no reason to ever end a relationship, right? And so if you're not going to end the relationship, then you're going to have to work on being okay with it, because as much as it is reasonable for you to feel how you feel, who want to be irritated all the time? Who want to do something out of the kindness of their heart? Who want to write lovely, sentimental words to a friend, and then the moment you give it to them, now you annoyed? Here he go, opening up the gift. Who want that? So you'll have to, you'll have to work on letting that go. And if you feel like when your friend dismisses, like it's not that big of a deal, do you feel disrespected? Do you feel disregarded? You get what I'm saying? These are things that you'll have to explore, like those feelings. The easy thing is to feel annoyed. The harder thing to tap into is, okay, what do I feel when I've expressed myself and they don't, and they dismiss that? And why do I feel this way? Though that's the harder stuff to kind of like unpack. And then if you find out that they don't give a shit about cards, then you could keep giving cards and write sentimental words for you if that makes you feel good. Now we going back to Black creatives. What's the motivation behind the gift? Is it self-serving? Do you get what I'm saying? What's the motivation? So if you know that the person that you're giving a gift to, they don't really care about the card, then you could keep giving cards, because you just need to, that's what make you feel like you did the gift great. Or you could be like, you know what, this person don't appreciate cards, so I'm gonna stop. Let me give them their gift bag, because all they care about is what's in the gift bag anyway. And then you stop giving cards, and then maybe one day that same friend will be like, I used to love getting your cards. What happened? Oh, I ain't know you love getting my cards, because the way you used to be going towards everything else when the card was right there, the way you was ripping through the paper like a Tasmanian devil, like the card wasn't even in front of you, I didn't know. You know when you be waiting for the I told you so? Oh, so you do like cards. That's crazy. Because for 9 years, I've been giving you gifts, and let me just tell you what, I never saw you open a card. But the card be right on top, and every single time you don't rip past the card. So this is news to me. Let's see, we got another. I hope that helps. Let's see, we have another gift. I think we have another one. Of course, I'm reading this as well. I'm reading this as well, and I haven't read this yet. So it's warm in LA today, y'all. Ooh, it's warm. I'm getting oily. I don't have on any makeup. I mean, I have on mascara, but no makeup other than that. Okay, so hi Zainab. I promise to get to the point. I have not read this email. This is my first time opening up this email. And so I'm not telling you guys who it's from, because I just don't know what information is in here. I promise to get to the point of this email, but as you say, but y'all be liking me to give names, right? It's just that when y'all contact me again, I don't be knowing the name that I gave y'all last time. Today we gonna call this person Junebug. Junebug, okay? Hi Zainab, I promise to get to the point of this email, but as you say every episode, while I have you, thank you so much for representing us everyday Black women who are neither as strong nor as angry as the trope would have people believe. Oh. Now for the main topic. But also, if we are angry, we have every reason to be. And if we are strong, it's because you've given us no choice. Because what we ain't about to do is die. So, fuck that trope. Now for the main topic. I took a solo trip to Vegas last year and connected with this guy on a dating app. Oh, wait. I was about to say, is this just a regular Ask Z? Or, well, fine. If it's a regular Ask Z, then we just get an Ask Z this episode, okay? But the caption does say Ask Z, giving a needed versus wanted gift. I took a solo trip to Vegas last year and connected with this guy on a dating app. The algorithm did its big one when it matched us, okay? Let me read this how it's supposed to be read. The algorithm did its big one when it matched us, okay? We had an amazing multi-venue, multi-hour date and kept in touch afterwards using all of the technology. People always talk about love at first sight, but who do I call for love at first sentence, especially when it ends up unrequited? As we continue having post-date phone conversations and expanded our text threads with memes, gifs, and random thoughts, gifs like GIF. Do y'all say GIFs or gifs? I say gifs. And random thoughts, I shared with him that technology feels alternately aggressive and overwhelming to me, and asked if he trusted me not to do random pop-ups. If he trusted me not to do random pop-ups, would he please send me his address? Oh. Okay, so let me say, okay. So I shared with him that technology feels alternately aggressive and overwhelming to me. And so I asked him if he trusted, and I promised that I would not do any random pop-ups, would he be willing to send me his address? Taking my male friend's advice, I sent a little thinking of you, and let me tell you about this funny thing. Type notes while expressing my gratitude for him creating space to aggressively be myself without overthinking or second guessing every interaction. Zainab, tell me why this man said it was a lot to get this kind of affirmation in the mail. My gasters were all the way My gasters were all the way flabbered. How he upset I'm speaking warmly and positively to him about him. And she didn't write this, but I'm saying this. What did he expect? He gave you the address. He thought you was giving him a gift. So the gift I gave him, okay, wait a minute. So the gift I gave him was a Black woman accountability phrase to use anytime he felt I was giving him more energy than he could handle or say too much. Basically, I became a Manchurian candidate. In his defense, in later conversation, he revealed the neglect and abuse he had suffered as a child. While my heart went out to him, I briefly wondered if this was all a ruse to cover up that he was married. First of all, I ain't even done with the letter. This letter need a whole episode just for itself, girl. This ain't about gift giving. This ain't no gift giving. Okay, what y'all talking about? Reality TV, you so confused? Yo, bankroll Fendi. One thing about the reasons, they vocabulary, they know how to write. I feel like all of y'all are creative writers. I really do. Because the way, it's quite impressive. And if it is if you guys are a mirror of me, then I am humbled and proud. Okay. Is that an unreasonable suspicion? Also, if I actually sit down and write out the fictional version of what happened as an ebook, do I owe him a percentage? No. I can answer that real quick. You do not owe him a percentage of nothing that you write. It was like a flag or something on that or something here. But make sure you change the names to protect the innocent. Although I recognize this is a comedy podcast, I trust your voice on serious matters because you have a seer's gift for cutting through painful experiences to get into the marrow and excavate the fun. Yo. Say it one more time, Bankroll Fendi. The vocabulary on the reasons. I'm happy I know the definition of all the words that's in this letter that Junebug done wrote us. To excavate the funny. Thank you for reading my message, and I'm excited to hear your incisive commentary. Thank you. Reasonably yours. I don't want, they told me how to pronounce their name too, which makes me feel like they want me to say it out loud because what do I need to know the phonetic spelling of like how it sounds if I'm not about to say it, right? But I don't want to, y'all got to let me know in these things if y'all want to stay anonymous or not. Anywho, okay, so let's summarize this. You meet a guy on an app. Y'all hit it off. It's good. Y'all doing all the things. After y'all spend a great date together, y'all y'all staying in communication. You said that you met in Vegas, and so y'all, I imagine y'all was both visiting Vegas, and that's the reason why after you had this amazing date, when you guys separated from each other, that's why it has to be a lot of like communication and not so quick to see the person again because y'all not in the same, y'all not really at this point geographically compatible, right? Like y'all not in the same place. So you just trying to be true to who you are was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really a technology person like that. This me dumbing down the letter. I'm not really a technology person like that. If you are okay with it and if you trust me not popping up at your house, are you cool with sending me your address? Because that's how I there's a way I like to express myself and communicate. And I you know, you ain't say this, but I want to write you letters and stuff, right? And so then you send him some letters, right? You did real, you know, notes thinking about you, blah, 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 blah. And also you send him, if I got this right, you send him something that he can say if it's too much. If it's too much, to make it easy, like so it's not a hard conversation, here's the safe word, and I will kind of like back you're giving me permission, which I appreciate, to be how I am authentically myself. But if it ever becomes too much from you, here's what you can say. And I will take that as, oh, okay. I think I've come on too strong, and let me back up a little bit. Let me back off a little bit, right? And in his response, it was like this, I'm uncomfortable. He said that it was a lot. It was a lot. Let me tell you why. So here's I'm gonna be honest with you, Junebug. Junebug sounds like Sky. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's so unreasonable to think that he is married. It's so unreasonable to think that he's married. Because let me just tell you what. If he married and he gave you his home address, then the date and the words could not have been good because he dumb as fuck. So we going to assume, because of everything you said earlier in the letter, that this isn't a stupid man. That this isn't a man that wants to end up on Snapped. That he would not be in a house, that this isn't a disrespectful man. So he ain't gonna be in the house with his wife and give some other woman who he just had a wonderful romantic time in Vegas with his home address. No. So I could be wrong, but that part of me is like, Well, wouldn't no marry? You got to be a bold, dumb. And let me tell you, if he that bold and that dumb, you don't want him anyway. But I'm gonna assume that because you spent time, multiple hours in multiple places with this man, y'all you liking the words he said, that he ain't stupid enough to give a woman that has romantic interest in him his home address. So you unreasonable for thinking that. So to answer your question, it is an unreasonable suspicion. Now, here's the thing. Just like he gave you permission to be who you are, you got to give him permission to be who he is. I felt like Claire Huxtable. You got to give him permission to be who he is. You had the freedom to express yourself. Hey, if you trust me enough, to not pop up. Are you cool with giving me your address? Maybe y'all do live in the same state or something like that. Because like if you popping up and you get on a plane to pop up, girl, oh my God, we're going to have to talk. But you expressed freely all of those things, right? You even express, and hey, here's also, a safe word term for you to come back at me with if ever this is too much. And then he tells you his truth, which is, hey, getting that sort of affirmation in the mail, that was a lot for me. Because you know what, for him, one, if he's saying that, it probably means he ain't never experienced that before. And it means that he probably is putting maybe more on it than you. You saying like, I don't really deal with technology. This is the way I like to do stuff. For whatever reason. But him being a person that deals in tech, like, who knows if a woman ever wrote him a letter like, hey, I just want to send you this quick note in the mail. I had to go to the post office, put a stamp on it. That sounds like real effort. That sounds like real effort. And it ain't because you need an official signature. You went to the post office? Don't nobody like the post office. You went to the post office just to tell me you was thinking of me? It's like, it's sweet. It really is sweet. And some people can receive that as sweet. And some people, I think even me, I would be like, girl, I'm scared. Do he like me too much? Because now I got to decide, do I like him? Do I like him enough to go to the post office? So when he expresses that to you, he just opened up a door for conversation. Now and hopefully you guys have conversation enough to come to some sort of, to understand. This is y'all getting to know one another. This is it becoming more than just a beautiful experience in Vegas. This is the work. This is the communication that will dictate if you about to know him for the rest of his life or your life, or if you just going to have to just be like, damn it, that was so nice in Vegas. Even if the worst possible scenario is your suspicion, which he is married, well, you gotta find out. But I feel like when he says that's a lot, it's like, and so what was your next response? Oh, and I understand if you did something that you haven't been allowed to do in most instances, in most relationships, and then you feel permitted to do it, and then it doesn't get like the, usually if you're telling somebody that you like and you believe that they like you, you tell them like, I was just thinking about you. What you hope to get back is like, oh, thank you. I was thinking about you too. Or I love that you was there. You hoping to get fed that back to you. But when somebody, because even if this would have happened and if it was just via text, and you just sent him a quick text, like, or a quick message in an app, in a dating app. Hey, I just wanted you to know you crossed my mind. And they were like, oh, okay, that's a lot for me. Now you got to explore. Oh, okay. Are you comfortable with letting me know why it's a lot for you? I'd love to hear why it's a lot for you. And then you just go from there. Like, the thing about like romantic relationships, and I say this as a person who has failed at romantic relationships so far, right? And I don't mean failed like in a bad way, but like I'm currently not in a romantic relationship, right? And so I've had like success for some period, and then ultimately, right? Is that every day you making a choice? You making a choice to accept something about a person, to find out some information about a person, to reveal something about yourself. You make a choice in a relationship every single day. You make a choice. And sometimes you make the right choices. You make the choices to keep y'all together for 30, 50, 70 years. And sometimes you make the choices that make it so y'all don't know each other past 2 weeks. But every single day is a choice. Every single conversation is a choice. They give you some information, you receive it, and you able to do what you want with that information and respond. These are relationships. Not even just romantic, but with romantic relationships, the moment somebody does something, like it's like when it's like, I wonder if you would have had the same suspicion if he would have just gave you the safe word. You know what I'm saying? If he would have just hit you back with the safe word. Yeah, I think that if it hasn't happened, I think I don't know, is it over already? Because you said you're gonna write a fictional version of what happened as an ebook. Give us an update. What happened? How did you respond? I'm so curious about that. How did you respond to him saying, you said in later conversations, he revealed the neglect and abuse he has suffered as a child. While my heart went out to him, I briefly wondered if this was all a ruse to cover up that he was married. Did he have any sort of like ring line on his finger when you saw him? Also, and I'm not condoning anybody cheating, but also just because he married don't mean that it still wasn't a lot for him. And that he ain't got abuse and stuff like that and trauma as a kid. Two things can be true. One of those things do not serve you at all. But two things can be true. I say if you are still in communication with him, then just I think you can also ask that. I think sometimes you think a man is married, ask him. Ask him the moment you think it. Say, hey, really quick, are you married? I asked one of my boyfriends while laying in the bed with him, I said, are you gay? He said, what? I said, are you gay? I don't have no hate. Like, I would still accept you, but I need to know, are you gay? What's Seabreeze? What do you go? If a man wears his pants over his belly button, he married. If he wear his pants over his belly button, what? Okay, I gave you the reasonable answer, but Seabreeze is giving you the Seabreeze said, don't call him, let him call you. If his pants is up too high, he married. Miss Makiba, he said no. Because here's the thing, it was a very, I will admit, it was a very, like, I don't know if ignorant is the right word, but I was young. And I didn't have, I didn't care about tact. But I don't think when you're dealing with a man, I think when you got some stuff that you need to know, I don't know if you need tact, right? He said, yeah, because he was talking about Atlanta. Yeah, because in Atlanta, sure, it's just some. I said, oh, wait, you're from Atlanta. And he said, now, mind you, we in a relationship. We boyfriend and girlfriend, but I was younger. So you know how you become boyfriend and girlfriend real quick. I might have known him a week before we was boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, oh, you from, yeah, and you went to school in Atlanta, you went to Morehouse, all of that. And so all of that information, like what I was hearing, like on socials and stuff like that, you know what people be saying about the men in Atlanta. And so I said it. I said, are you gay? He said, what? I said, are you gay? It's fine. But I just want to know. I ain't gonna be able to be with you. If you gay, I want you to live how you want. I want you to live free. He says, what? No. Because when somebody like, what? I know, that's a yes or no question. Well, I mean, that's a yes or no. If you, what they be saying, if you could, you could hear. If you could what, you could, if you could what, you could do. He said, Zainab, stop playing with me. You know I'm not gay. I said, I do not know. That's why I'm asking. Are you gay? He said, no, I'm not gay. What's making you ask me if I'm gay? I said, because you from Atlanta and you said that you was a Kappa. He ain't say, he's like, you a Kappa? I know he a Kappa. The K is burned on his fucking arm. I said, you a Kappa? You went to Morehouse or something like that? They be saying that them be the crap. They be saying that that's, if he that, then he gay. That's what they saying on the socials. He said, I'm not gay. I said, have I offended you by asking you that? That's when I calmed down. Oh, don't send no Kappas after me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Listen, if you a Kappa and you listening, I don't think that. That's what they be saying on social. That's what they say on the socials. They say in the Divine Nine, of the Divine Nines, it's the Kappa's the one you gotta kind of be like, how you doing? Somebody cue Wendy Williams. That's not me. I don't say that. But I am a participant of the internet. And because I was a young girl, I believed everything on the internet. And so I was just like, well, that's what they saying on the internet. And I think if he was from Kansas, I wouldn't have asked. If he was from Baltimore, if he was from Jersey, if he was from California, I wouldn't have asked. But then he said Atlanta, Kappa, Morehouse. It's like, Miss Josie, I'm so, listen, y'all, I'm gonna take down this live. I'm not gonna let this live live. Cause I am not trying to have the Kappa Alpha Cap, right? It's Kappa Alpha Kappa? Fraternity Incorporated come after me. I have nothing but love and respect for y'all brothers. I know so many Kappas that are straight men. Good men in this world. You hear me? Good men, Savannah. Good men. Some that are out and proud and out of the closet, and that is great too. Good, proud gay men. And good, proud, hardworking, heterosexual men. One of my friends who is also my neighbor. When I was out of town one day, my alarm was going off. My friend had to come in my house and fix some stuff up, and he is a Kappa. Good looking brother. Respectful brother. Smart, educated brother. Do not send them people after me, okay? I'm talking about a time in the past where I saw that online and I just had to say it. Yeah, shout out to the Kappas, Bankroll Fendi. And all of the Divine Nine. Shout out to all y'all people to be pleasant, and shout out to all of y'all, okay? Shout out to all of y'all with my sincerest respect. Send me your address. I will send you a Starbucks gift card, okay? Don't, but that's what I asked him. And then when I was done, when he said no, I said, did my question offend you? Sometimes, sometimes people say wow stuff too because they want to see how much you, they want to see how much you like them. Sometimes people say wild shit because they want to see, like, if I say wild shit, what they going to do? Are they going to be so off-put that they don't like me no more? Or are they going to deal with me? I used to do stuff like that when I was younger. Let me see what I could get away with. I really was curious when I asked him if he was gay. Like, that was a genuine question. But not that he did anything gay. You know what I'm saying? I was just a curious question. That was like a legitimate, genuine, earnest question. But I also, like I said, I didn't have tact. But I was like, let me see, do he like me enough to not have tact? Or are we going to break up? We did not break up, but he was a cheater. Now, did he cheat on me because I asked him if he was gay early in the relationship? Who knows? Did he cheat with a man or a woman? Okay. I got to get up out of here now. Now I got to go. It's at this point in the live where it's time to go. Was there anything that we didn't really discuss? I feel like we kind of, y'all see my weave moving? Look at that rotating side to side. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I think next time, and I know I talked about this on one of the main episodes, but my friend and I was just talking about, this whole thing with like splitting the bill and like eating out with your friends. We got to talk about it. Who pays? When should one person pay? When do we split the bill? How do we split the bill? Like, we was talking about this, and I feel my friend on a ride back from Vegas was like, she asked me a question, and I was like, we'll get into that on one of these next lives. Anywho, shout out to Still I Rise, our moderator, for holding down the chat, solo dolo. Thank you so much. We will get you a companion for the next live. I will make sure to do that. Thank you so much, Still I Rise. If you are in the Tulsa area this weekend, Tulsa, Oklahoma, I will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Looney Bin Comedy Club, May 23rd and 24th. So if you're in that area, come see me. If you know people in that area, send them, tell them to come check me out. I have never been. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be 2 people or 200 people at the show. I have no idea. But I'm looking forward to it. If you are in Burbank, if you're in California, like the Los Angeles area, Burbank, surrounding, this Thursday, May 22nd, I'm doing an hour. I'm just trying new jokes. I got a whole notebook filled with new jokes, and I'm thinking about like my next hour. which might be called If I Was a Boy. If I was a boy, I think I would understand how it feels to love a girl. I swear I'd be a better man. I'd listen to her. Okay. You know, Beyonce will, even that, Beyonce will be like, cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. This. Okay, bye. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much. Until I see y'all again, make sure y'all stay reasonable, okay?